Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Malgin, and welcome to the 6th Global Franchise Conference, organized by the company TopFranchise.com. Today, we'll be hearing from speakers ranging from India, Spain, the Netherlands, Indonesia, Africa, that is Egypt, China, and of course, the United States. You'll be hearing their success stories and recommendations, as well as learn about the situation of franchising in different countries. But first, I want to tell you about the company. So let's get started. Top Franchise, a global franchise marketplace that we, of course, are here to present to you. This is perhaps the best company that gets leads for your franchise from all over the world. We are very interested in spreading profitable business models around the world with good profit, targeted traffic, high conversion rate, and joint cooperation. We have over 5 million, that's with an M, 5 million visitors attend for 2021 throughout all of our marketplaces. The TopFranchise.com marketplace is indexed in 150 countries. That's a lot of countries, by the way. Advertisers have received more than 80,000 applications in 2021 from the international portal. We see the greatest response to applications from the following countries: United States, India, Canada, Philippines, Great Britain, Pakistan, UAE, Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, and so on. Our database contains more than 100,000 investors. That's 100,000 separate entities and companies, beginners and experienced entrepreneurs from around the world. Our company professionals have enough competence to make successful lead generation online. We work hard to get our portal to the top of Google SERPs for thematic search queries. We create only high quality content for all of our clients. The indicators of our international platform remain in high positions every year. So now, what do we provide? Let me tell you about that. Number one, we provide consultations and recommendations for optimizing your page in the catalog. We also provide various tips on creating personal lead generation, starting the page in the catalog and personal account cabinet. Also, SEO franchise optimization for target requests of the brand directed to getting the franchise offer to the top popular searching systems. In addition, we offer widened funnel for target audience. Your franchise is presented in all connected thematic sections. Advertising campaign in catalog, such as perhaps newsletters, being in top categories, or even banner advertising. Obviously, we have articles and news publishing, and finally, the opportunity to promote your franchise in catalog, connecting additional options of website, and of course, the various opportunities in your company. We participate in all international exhibitions. Guys, we're not trying to just exaggerate here. Indonesia, China, Turkey, Saudi Arabia. Oh, by the way, this year, we received an award for our contribution to global franchising from InFranchise, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That's it. It's worth bragging a little bit. Of course, we have our contributions to Vietnam and many other countries. We also represent our customers at all the exhibitions we attend. We have already more than 1,000 clients trust us. These are some of the very best franchising brands from around the world. Every year, we hold international franchise conferences and discuss trends in the global market. Today, we're holding the 6th conference in a row. Today, exactly. Glad to have you with us. Now, the company TopFranchise.com is also engaged in the development of franchise. Franchise development, of course, is our area of expertise. Whether you are developing a brand new franchise, reworking an existing one, or converting company-owned operations. Franchise development includes designing a strategy for expansion, legal documents, operations manuals, and marketing materials. These documents are created by a team assigned to your program that works closely with your company and staff to create material that meet your expectations and deliver franchise sales. Now, let me tell you about some of the reasons in order to perhaps use topfranchise.com for the development of a franchise. So what are some of those reasons? I can think of right now, perhaps 6 of those in mind. Number one, an analysis of the competitive environment in your industries. So perhaps looking at the franchise sector as a whole. This should also show the growth potential in both. Number 2, details as to what the potential customer demand is for your franchise services. Number 3, a list of differentiators and how they can actually help your business model offer basically to the clients. A comprehensive financial forecasting model of initial and long-term investment and infrastructure requirements. The development and packaging of your overall franchise model that is both viable to all parties and can be used to attract potential franchisees, as well as help you meet your franchising objectives. And number 6, projections to show budgetary requirements for franchise development, franchisee recruitment, operations, support, staffing requirements, and legal and other professional services. Oh, by the way, we also provide the full legal support necessary to complete the transaction and to provide legal services for all relevant matters. We provide the service worldwide, not just in 1 or 2 countries, but worldwide. If you need to buy, pick up, sell a franchise, or anything similar, we are always happy to help. Our lawyers will provide you with all the support and legal advice you need, and believe us, we have a very strong team of lawyers worldwide. And of course, we're always happy to cooperate and promote your business. Write to us at our contacts. We will be glad to advise you. And of course, contacts will be sent in the comments, so please check them out, because this conference, of course, is going to be recorded. We will leave a link to the recording in basically the actual part of the conference. And of course, I would like to ask our listeners to ask questions to the speakers. You can write us online, and we will always be glad to answer all of your questions. Now, let's move on to the actual basically conference with the list of all of our speakers. And as always, it's going to be my pleasure to announce, of course, our first speaker. And we're going to start with our longtime partner, Mr. Felix, the guy when it comes to arranging all of these. Felix, good to see you once again for yet another Global Franchise Conference. Are you with us?
Hi, Daniel. Thank you for the great introduction about this great company.
Fantastic. Of course, it's glad to have you with us. You are, of course, the ex-master franchisee of the state agencies RE/MAX from Netherlands, and of course, a longtime ally. And it's indeed a pleasure to have you with us. So the stage is all yours. We're happy to see you, and we can't wait to hear what you have to tell our audience.
Thank you, Daniel. I want to share my screen. One moment. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Felix de Wit. I'm from the Netherlands in Europe. And you see a picture for me here at the Franchise Expo in Paris. I'm in the franchise industry right now for more than 25 years. I was a franchisee and a franchisor, just like Daniel introduced me, a master for RE/MAX. So I know all the challenges for both parties, for franchisee or franchisor. I decided to invest in the master franchise for RE/MAX. Is the #1 real estate leader in the world. I joined them in 1998. And why I started RE/MAX? Because I wanted to change the real estate industry in my country and in Europe together with them. And they are doing an incredible job. They are still doing it. The opportunity to build something for myself, but not by myself. This is actually an advantage for a franchise. You build something for yourself, but you're not alone. You're not by yourself. You have colleagues, franchisees that can support you in building your business. and I'm a winner, and I always like to join the best. That's the reason I joined them. The growth in my country in the first 10 years, I sold more than 150 franchises. And we got a crisis actually in 2008, 2009 in a real estate company. And then I sold my Remax brand, and I decided to continue with a new company to support franchisors global together with Top Franchise. I'm very honored that I'm a partner for Europe with Top Franchise for more than 10 years right now. And we are doing a great job. Every time when I work for franchisor and I'm looking for franchisees, I'm using the portal Top Franchise with more than 5 million visitors per year. When you want to build a big business, most people make some mistakes. They make their focus too big. And I always say, when you want to build a big business, you need a small focus. Don't do everything by yourself when you start in the franchise industry. Go to cooperate with franchise experts that can help you for the first activities that are necessary to build your franchise. When you are a franchisor, most of the time you see that franchisors, they have 5 qualities. They succeeded in their own career before they started it. They know lots about the sector. They are a brand champion. They are really leaders. They make it easy to access support, and they listen to and respect franchisees. And they have to, because for a franchisor, the franchisee is the most important asset of the company. We, as Top Franchise together, we support you with a full package. We can build for you European company. For example, in Germany, we develop all your legal documents, master unit franchise agreement, and the franchise operations manual. And of course, we can support you to sell the first master for you as a flagship unit. And I want to share my 25 years of experience. And I know for my existing customers, they are very happy that I shared with them also the mistakes I made in the past. So I prepare them not to make the same mistakes. We are working actually for some active franchisors in Europe. You already saw in Daniel's introduction, Saya. It's a brasserie from Dubai, and we did a good job together with the owner. We sold the first franchise in the UK, and at the moment we are negotiating for Portugal with some clients there. You have to realize that people can be divided in 3 groups. And when you are looking for franchisees, take always care that you find the right people. People, we divide in 3 groups: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who ask what happened. Don't just stand here, do something. That's very important. And you have to realize we had a tough period the last 3 years with the COVID pandemic. And what we see right now in the franchise industry is a booming business at this moment. People learned from this crisis, and they see when they are franchised is the best way to survive when we get more crisis. In what way, it doesn't matter. The expansion opportunities for franchisors are incredible, especially in the United Arab Emirates and in Europe, Africa, and Asia. And you saw it already in the introduction. TopFranchise.com has 5 million visitors in 2021 for all marketplaces. Once again, when I work for franchisors and I'm looking to find potential franchisees for them, we make an incredible ad on the platform, and we find the right people for you as franchisor. When you have questions, put them in the portal. I'm happy to answer you, and I want to thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As always, a great presentation, Felix. And you mentioned something very nice about the importance of franchising, especially at this time. Right now, just a mere look at the headlines tell us about all the issues. Europe's risks of perhaps having a recession. The United States just was told that it was going to be some sort of recession in the next year or so. So people are concerned about this economic crisis. And you mentioned that franchising is the key to weather the storm of any economic crisis or recession. Would you please tell us exactly how could this help investors from Europe or the United States or other countries could perhaps use this opportunity of franchising to protect themselves during this serious crisis?
Yes, you are totally right, Daniel. We see there's an economic crisis going on in Europe. For example, when you go to my country, we have an inflation at this moment from 15%. And when you see when entrepreneurs want to start a company, it's not easy to get money from the bank. It's not easy to get money from private investors. And what I figure out, when you make a business plan for building a franchise company, joining an already existing franchise, people are open-minded to support you financially as well. And it's my own experience when I was in Remax in the real estate industry. We did an incredible job for 10 years. Then we get an economic crisis in the real estate. And we get a lot of problems with, for example, with selling new franchises, with keeping the people on board. And there I see opportunities right now. So I always say to people, the right time to invest in a franchise is really close after a crisis. So that's right now.
Fantastic. Great point, Felix. And we all agree. And thank you for helping our viewers understand the importance of franchising, particularly at this time of crisis. Thank you very much for a presentation. We wish you the very best.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care. And now I'm going to move on to our next speaker, which is Hendy Setiono, the CEO of Baba Raffi, contacting us and reaching us from Indonesia. So first of all, Hendy, are you with us now? Can you hear us?
Yes. Hi, Daniel. Yes, I'm with you. Yeah.
Fantastic, Hendy. So first of all, I would like to thank you for joining us. Basically with this amazing portfolio you have right here. We can't wait to hear what you have to tell our audience. So go ahead, the stage is yours and we'll be here.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. Let me prepare my slide for a moment. Okay. Can I share screen? Is it available for me to share screen?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. But I think okay, got it. Right. All right. So a little bit of introduction. My name is Hendy Setiono. I'm the founder and CEO of Baba Raffi Enterprise. We are a F&B franchise, food and beverage franchise based in Indonesia. So I would like to a little bit introduce the business that we operate and run, and hopefully there's potential collaboration that are able to do and grow together. So first of all, I would like to share our story. We started with one single pushcart with a very humble beginning. My first outlet was when I was still studying in university at the age of 19. I started my first pushcart selling kebabs. So our first venture was selling kebabs with one pushcart. That was 19 years ago, or it was in 2003. And we're very fortunate that now are able to grow more than 1,300 stores in multiple locations from the early beginning that we started in 2003. Okay, so we are fortunate that our brand called Baba Raffi or Kebab Turki Baba Raffi are able to grow not just locally in Indonesia, but in 10 different countries. Now we have been expanding the brand into outside Indonesia, such as Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, China, and other countries as well. So from a very humble beginning, starting with one postcard, the dream to go big and through franchising are the way we grow and expand through this market. So, but now it's not just only one brand with kebab Turki Babarafi. Until now, we have grown into 12 different venture, 12 different business with more than 1,500 stores and restaurants. We have a beverages business such as Forestry Coffee and Menanti. Menanti is a tea-based business. And we have food restaurants such as Nyapi, Ngikan, Nyayap, and Tempatin that is grown together with the influencer, the way we grow and expand the market itself. So it's a very unique packaging, very unique concept, a very unique differentiation to grow by having a culinary business as part of the journey. Why? Because it's easy to run, it's simplified to duplicate, and the location itself is very flexible. Previously, due to pandemic, we are able to convert our business from majority offline to majority online. So our online delivery, cloud kitchen are working very well because of the pandemic situation that makes us agile and able to grow in a different situation. And of course, the competition is also there. As we know, F&B business, food and beverage business is the easiest venture to run due to everyone needs food for their daily meal. And that's why the competition is so big. And to manage that, we need a new technology and as well as innovation to conquer the market itself. So there are there are 10 different ways in how we scale the business, but maybe I will explain some of it. And I will try to translate the presentation that I have made before in Bahasa Indonesia to English. So the correct segmentation is one key, and then the unique positioning target market as part of the way we marketing the product is we have to understand who is our audience and who is our target market. If we have the correct audience and target market, that will be able to run and operate the business itself. So part of the positioning of the business is very important to understand who is our target market. And then try to be something different. We use a brand ambassador, not the cool or the handsome or the most beautiful brand ambassador, but we try to grab the audience by having the most funniest stand-up comedian in Indonesia that we hire as the brand ambassador. In that way, it's different, the style, how we communicate the brand with the market. And then, of course, we need to deliver the price value product, where now a price is very, very sensitive due to the recession, the endemic and the recession that is happening. So price is very, very important for us to have the valuable price point for us to deliver into the market. And of course, there's two ways we expand the market. First is go online, and second is through franchising. If we are able to grow our market through online and franchising, then we are able to grow and scale the business model much more bigger the way we have now. We have operate now from one simple, humble pushcart into more than 1,000 stores. The way we grow is using these two models, online and franchising. And then the next is we need to create a promotion that could be viral. So working with influencers, working with celebrity that able to bring the brand into the next level is one way to have with a minimum budget of marketing, but with a huge impact of virality into the market. And then, of course, we need to have a better operation technical and deliver with heart. Marketing is one thing, is for customer to come and try for the first time. But later on, for the customer to repeat order again and buy our product, then we have to have a good operation team and a good delivery process that will make our customer satisfied. So having a good service is the key to make our business sustain. And then evaluate and check and recheck again and again. Try to improve on what is happening before and make it better in the future. And the last is consistency. There's no such thing as elevator to success. We have to take the stairs. So if we want to success, we have to consistent and climb the ladder one by one. So yeah, that's about it. This is the Ministry of Indonesia who promote kebab Turki Babarafi as one of the famous brands compared to the other overseas brand that is also running into the market. So that's about it. A little bit of introduction from the Babarafi Enterprise brand. And yeah, back to you, Daniel.
Fantastic. Great presentation. Very well said. And just wanted to ask you one question, because your industry right now is probably there's going to be a lot of questions from the investors because they had the bad memory of the pandemic. And now some are saying that maybe this winter we're going to have more of these limitations again. And even Bill Gates predicted another pandemic in the coming years. So for most investors, their number one concern is, what if another COVID-like pandemic with the same intensity occurred? How will this affect this industry, and what steps will you take to make sure that this franchise will not be hurt by any such pandemic?
Yes, I believe there's a three-way we can survive if there's another wave of pandemic or another version of recession is coming into the country. The first thing is agile. Having the agility mindset, easy to adapt with the situation, is the one thing that we need to have as the entrepreneur. Like before pandemic, our sales are 90% offline and only 10% which is online. But since the pandemic that they have to close down all the dine-in, close down all the shopping mall, we need to survive by the agility and convert from offline to online. So that kind of mentality we need to survive. The second one is understand the market that is still holding tight their cash. So we need to have a very valuable product, have a very efficient product, and market ourselves not in the middle, but low or premium. So if we want to hit the premium market, then focus on the premium. If we want to hit the low market, then focus on the low market. Somewhere in the middle will not work. So in that case, we try to upgrade our brand into the premium, or the one that's already massive, then we try to lower it down based on the price that the consumer can accept. And the third is always having innovation and creativity, where another strike may happen anytime, but if we having different innovation and creativity, I believe those will make us survive in hopefully any pandemic that will come in the future. Yeah, that's about it, Daniel.
You're all well prepared. It's obvious that your brand will definitely rock the market. So we can't wait to hear more from all the new investors who will join force and will adopt this franchise. Thank you very much, Hendy, for your presentation. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Daniel.
Fantastic. And now I'll be moving on to our next speaker. But before that, I want to thank basically two of our listeners who left their comments. First, Afsar Khan from Saudi Arabia, as well as Sajira Henson Paris from Sri Lanka and Philippines. So we appreciate your comments, and we know that you are going to be basically use and apply all these franchisees in your company. So we are glad to have your commentaries with us. Now I'll move on to our next speaker, which is Jiang Isan, the franchise development. And we have Jiang from China joining us right now. So Jiang, do you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. It's good to see you again for the second time that I'm seeing you here, Jiang, and it's a pleasure to have you with us. So you can now go ahead. You're a franchise developer. It's the second time that I'm seeing you. I would like to ask you to go ahead and offer your presentation to our viewers.
Yeah, thank you. So, hi everyone. It's a pleasure that talk to all of you here. I'm not sure if you already know me but just in case, let me introduce myself personally. My name is Isa, and I am already worked in this industry for 5 years. Previously, I worked with one very famous company. The name is Yum China. They operate KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and other many famous brands. And my role before is representing their Chinese brands to going internationally. I both working for the BD and branding. So I already loving this job and this helping the brands going abroad and helping the investor find their right brand. And now I represent more brands from China. They are different kind. I would love to introduce you later about these brands. Some of them are the best of their category. Some of them are the most popular and successful in China. And some of them already have over 2,000 stores already. But before that, I would love to share my opinion with very interesting and curious topic is which probably all of you have thought about it before, is how can I choose the right franchise brand for myself? That's actually what I always asking myself when I meet a new brand. So let me share. Normally I just would choose three kind of brand. The first brand are the brand, wow, they really have good standard of SOP. They know how to do the training. I mean, both the training in their country and also the outside support training parts. They also have the really mature supply chain. They can do the door-to-door supply chain services. And the good part of those brands is you do not need to worry too much about how can I do and how can I make this business work well in my place, in my country. But the bad part of those kind of brands is normally they ask a higher initial fee and a higher royal fee. It won't be a good choices for the beginners, but those would be really good choices for the investors who have really good investment capabilities and management abilities, and also with the knowledge of the franchise industries, and most of them are the restaurants, and they are fine dining restaurants. So that with those high fees part, normally I would ask the brand could bring the investors a much more stable cash flow and also a higher sales and also the higher profits. Example that the brand that I represented before, the name, excuse me, the name is Little Sheep Hot Pot. Just one example of the one international store that we have in Cambodia. The annual sales of that store is 3.5 million US dollars. And the payback period is also very good. And even now, I mean, yeah, here is now it's already a little bit recovered from the pandemic, but still a little bit, right? So, but now the sales.
I believe we are having a technical difficulty. I would like to ask our team to resolve the issue. Apparently, we have a technical difficulty here. In the meantime, as you guys are watching, we'll be actually wait for her to come back. But while she's there, just wanted to remind you one more time, many of these basically franchisees, as of now, are still capable of profiting from this pandemic. Can you believe that? Like this is like the second time we're hearing a franchise, which is predominantly about food and restaurant business, is still very profitable. This doesn't matter where you're from, whether it is China, whether it's Indonesia. We're seeing great trends in terms of how we can make the most of the pandemic and understand that it doesn't matter what happens in society, thanks to the internet. I mean, now you're watching us back home, basically seeing us through the, this amazing device that is in front of you. Doesn't matter where you are. We can contact each other. And of course, as you can see here, we can work on all industries. And this is the second presentation that is actually aimed at basically the food catering business. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities, but of course, that is precisely what we're going to be doing. So right now, we basically are going to wait for Isa. I think she's basically just joined our room now. So Isa, I think you are now with us. Can you hear us? I believe that now you're connected. I think we lost the connection, Isa.
Yes, I'm sorry with that. The signal wasn't so
right.
good here.
I think we lost
so
connection. No problem. So
that.
please go ahead now and finish your presentation a little bit, basically more swiftly as we're pressed for time.
Okay, sure, understand. So that I just mentioned about the first choice that I will have when I'm looking for the brands. Another choice is for sure the brand that brings really good profit, but they are not really so ready to go in the international market. So I really recommend those brands to the ambitious. The very typical product that I will introduce nowadays is the Chinese noodle, the ramen pots. Can you imagine what is the food cost of those products? It's just 70 cents US dollars for each bowl of noodle. You can sell it with $6, $7, or even $9. So can you imagine how high is the profit part? But the bad part of this project is they're not really good in the supply chain part. So you have to do the browse in the local area. However, the brands which I have two Chinese Chinese noodle brands. They are willing to do the JV, the joint venture. It means they will love to do the capital investment into the local market with you as a partner. And then you can cooperate in the market. They will also share the risk parts. So that is another brand that I will really recommend parts. And the good thing of those kind of brands is later you will also have opportunity to make the factory with the brands in your country, in your market. So the third part of the brands I will introduce is like the bubble tea brands. The bubbles from China, for sure the Taiwan area of China, especially in the Southeast Asia markets. But for this really competitive market, how can I choose the right brand? That I always choose the brands in different, they have really different core competitive parts. So their product is different with the normal product. Some of them, they provide a herbal jelly in their bubble teas, and some of them are really focusing on the lemon tea, the cold lemon tea, the cold fresh lemon tea parts. So those were the three kind of brands I would love to introduce you that you can choose when you're not knowing which one is good for you. For the beginners, I will recommend you choose the investment will be lower. The bubble tea brand will be more suitable. For the ambitious, I will recommend you to choose the brands which will bring you a really bright future, but not so ready now. For the investors with really rich experience in the market and the capability to do investment, I will recommend to you to choose the brands are more bigger. They are fine dining restaurant. They can bring you a lot of payback. So that's all my speech. Thank you. Sorry
Fantastic.
about
this. We had a bit of a problem for connection, but it's good to finish your statement. Just before I let you go, you mentioned about this, noodle business. You mentioned essentially it's going to cost you like 60 cents, but you can sell, I don't know, for like $10. What is the real ROI in terms of, the investment in this venture for our investors? Like, how do you assess the return on investment? How many more times do you think it's going to be really, they can multiply their money in this way?
Sorry, I missed some sentence of yours, but I think what you are asking is the real ROI, right?
Exactly.
So normally yeah, normally the labor cost will be a little bit higher, but it's really based on different countries. I cannot share the example I have in China to you in your country. But the payback period of those noodle bars are really good. I will expect them to, sorry, I cannot guarantee, but I will expect them for sure under 1 year.
Wow, that's amazing. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for a presentation, Isa. It was great to have you with us, and let's see what happens. Now we're going to move on to our next speakers. That's right. Take care. See ya. So our next speakers are Tahreem Jamadar and Siddhartha Kumar from India. They are now joining us from Megatron Robotics franchise opportunity for edupreneurs. You heard it right. Edupreneurs. So, gentlemen, are you with us right now? Can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's glad to have you with us right now. And I would like to ask you to go ahead. The stage is yours. We can't wait to hear your presentations.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daniel, for the invite and giving us an opportunity to be the part of this conference and share our experience and journey with everyone over here. So I am Tahreem Jamadar, and we have with us Mr. Siddhartha Kumar, founder of Megatron Robotics. So I'll quickly share my screen and take you through the presentation. Just to let me know if my screen is visible.
We're waiting now. That's right. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Sure. We have the screen. You can begin the presentation.
Yeah. Thank you. So to begin with, let me give you all a quick overview of who we are. So Megatron Robotics is actually an education division. We have our parent company, that is Neurapsys Technologies. Under Neurapsys Technologies, we are mainly into industrial applications where we work with artificial intelligence, machine learning technologies to solve various business challenges, problems in the industry. So the main purpose and the motive to start this EdTech division was, so far we have seen there is a huge gap between the education system and the industrial requirement. I must say everyone over here would agree with me. So in order to bridge this gap, we started this EdTech division where we focus on providing a platform for the students where they can actually learn and innovate with projects. We focus on imparting knowledge, like practical knowledge with project-based learning and practical exposures to students so that they can learn with high level of interest. You know, like we have noticed that the students are not practically connected with the projects or the subjects that they are learning. So in order to have that practical connections with the subjects that they are learning. Okay, so this is how the Megatron Robotics comes into existence. We started in 2018. Since then, we have trained over 50,000 plus students through various courses, workshops across the world. Our main aim and motive is to transform and bring in the culture where the students get a platform, learn to innovate with projects, with the technological tools in this field of robotics and AI. So moving ahead, so as per some of the market research, we figured out there are certain problems that needs to be addressed. Okay, such as there are lack of upgradation in the education systems. As we know, industry is just revolutionizing with a lot of technologies like IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning. But when it comes to education, we still don't have that practical approach to cope up with the new industrial revolution. There are lack of practical platforms where a student can learn all these skills from basic to advanced. So there are lack of these practical platforms, lack of structured curriculum, because we know, right, like in other subjects, there is a proper structured format for such as math subjects or science. But in terms of robotics and STEM education, there is no structured curriculum because this is relatively new when compared to the other subjects. So in order to cater all these problems, we came up with a solution to provide a platform with project-based learning for the students so that they can learn. So robotics is such a platform that adds wings to your imagination, because here you're not only developing the technical skills like electronics, Arduino, Python, coding, but also learning non-technical skills as well. So here what we do at Megatron Robotics is we not only focus on developing the technical skill of a person, but here we focus on developing non-technical skills as well, with a lot of team building activities, group presentations, so that they can learn, and there should be a proper 360-degree training to the student in terms of core technical and non-technical skills as well. And so far in our experience, we have seen a tremendous growth among the students, where they have, we have actually seen them that they have engrossed while learning these projects, innovating with various projects as well. So moving ahead, it's good to see that not only in India, but the growth of STEM education is literally across the board. Like every country is promoting the STEM education with a lot of strategies, plans, policies. Like Australian education ministry, they decided about the national STEM school education strategy. In Scottish government also came up with certain strategies. In India, we have new education policies that makes mandatory for the students from fifth grade onwards to learn these courses, right? Because this is what the demand is right now in the market. So moving ahead with, like, this is all about the growth of robotics and AI. So we can see this is how the market of robotics and AI is increasing and is expected to increase in upcoming years as well. And then summarizing all the growth, here we can see how the market was in 2020 and how this market is about and expected to grow in coming few years as well. So to summarize, it is raising at a potential, at a percentage of CAGR of 15 to 20%. So definitely we can say edtech industry is something that is booming and is expected to boom in coming years as well. So moving ahead, now, as we just mentioned of who we are, how we started with, so what differentiates us with the other competitors or other people in the market is, so first is we have a holistic approach of courses, because we offer both online courses as well as offline courses, so that it is like a proper bunch of software-based and hardware-based courses. All our courses have been accredited by STEM.org. We have years of experiences in this field, so I won't take much of a time over here. Just to summarize, we have a personalized, we focus on practical and project-based learning. Moving ahead. So the common question that might arise is, why not start a complete proper business from a scratch rather than franchisee? So here it is. So when you start a franchise business, because what happens is when you're starting from a scratch, there are a lot of efforts, there are a lot of hard work that is needed to start by framing all the courses, developing the curriculum. So there are a lot of things that have been involved, the challenges and everything. So when you start as a franchise business, you are getting a brand recognition, a quick startup, a lot of guidance from the franchises, comparatively lower risk, and a huge scalability as well. So moving ahead. So there are actually a lot of reasons why business opportunities attracts in the educational robotics, but I'll just summarize and just pinpoint some of the main reasons. So the first is, this education industry is booming right now and is expected to boom, and also the great part or the advantage is this is not highly affected by the political or economic conditions or any kind of a market conditions, because this is education is something that must go on irrespective of what is happening in the market. So, and then the most important is the parents are understanding the value of robotics. Now they know like how important robotics and STEM education is for their child, because this is what the market is demanding. This is what the future courses are, or future is all about. So there are a lot of career opportunities. So there are a lot of demand for robotics training for school students, college students as well. So definitely this is why it attracts a lot of opportunities. Then now again, why to choose, like what value do we bring as a company for our franchise partners. So the first is technical expertise. Definitely, as I said, we have a parent organization as well, so we have a strong technological background, so that we know what are the challenges, we know how to develop the courses, we have a proper process of developing, structuring the curriculum as well. And since we have been in this field since so long, we know the pain points, we know what parents expect from us, what are the students requirements. So this helps us to help our franchisee partners as well to overcome all the challenges. Next is LMS, that is Learning Management System. So this is our in-house developed product, where we have developed it in order to manage all the day-to-day activities, from the lead management to every activity. Then moving on with the marketing support. Definitely, marketing is very important for any business to run. So we know, being in this field, we know what are the pain points of market, or like we know how to tap the leads through various digital marketing activities, the lead generation activities, SEO optimization. So this is how we add benefit to our partners as well. Moving ahead with collaboration and teamwork, definitely we believe in a concept that a business grows together. So our growing together with our franchisee partners is what we look forward. So we share our thoughts, we understand. So for example, I'll just uh, tell you a short thing is, when there is any kind of a course that our partner is looking for, there is a demand in that particular region, so we definitely develop a particular course for them, so that they can run those courses and provide what exactly their students are asking for. So we work as a team together. So moving ahead, so what are the multiple sources? So as per our franchising model, like if you're going ahead with this model, there are multiple sources that you can generate revenue through. The first is definitely the training program. So here you can offer online course or offline course. We have like almost together 20 plus courses of 48 hours of duration each course. It's a long-term course. And then we have this workshop, like short-term duration workshops to be conducted, like a summer workshop, summer camps like this. And we have this robotic kits, like these are the in-house developed robotic kits. The way we have formed the curriculum, based on that we have developed the robotic kits, so they can sell to the students as well. So we help the partners to set up robotics lab. We do set up robotics labs at schools, colleges. Okay, so there is an opportunity for our partners to tie up with the schools and introduce our courses as part of a curriculum or as a part of extracurricular activity. So these are multiple ways of revenue generation with this particular franchise model. And then, so what are the franchisee requirements? Like since so long we have been talking about the franchise business. So what are the requirements? So the first is this model is definitely a value addition for those who already have an existing student base. So for example, online tutoring or some abacus centers. So this is additional benefit for them because they have a set of student base with them. It doesn't mean that the individuals or non-technical people cannot start this. Definitely they can start this as well. But as I said, additional it's a value addition for those who already have a set of student base. Moving ahead with what could be the infrastructure required to set up this business would be all about space that could be rented or leased, either of them at the convenience. It would be almost like from 300 to 1,000 square feet of sitting arrangement capacity for a student. Then certain storage racks and robotic kits that they need at the center. So moving ahead is, okay, so moving ahead, that like as I just mentioned about the courses that we have, definitely due to the shortage of time, I might not be able to go in depth and tell you all the courses that we have, but this is the progression of the courses, which is all about coding, app development, Arduino, AI, mechanical design, Python, and a lot more. So as I just spoke about the practical implementation, the project-based learning, here is a few just project samples that you can see that the students have developed, and it has been published in the forums as well. So moving, I'll just quickly take you through. So this is, you can say, a progress of ours, like how we started, and today we have been trained so many students with 17 plus franchisees across the world, developed our LMS portal for the partners and the students with 20 plus unique courses, both in offline and online, like software and hardware based, in-house developed kits as well. So these are certain certificates that I initially mentioned about the STEM.org. We have been recognized as the promising STEM education providers as well. So this is what our presence is all about in various countries and various cities of India. And then this is the portal that I was just talking about. Like this is the LMS portal, which helps to manage all the day-to-day activities like managing the leads, inquiries, registering the students, their performance evaluation, certificate generation. They can give a lot of quiz competition. It's good for the partners to, track the bill and payments, the invoice generations as well. So this is our platform. This is just, okay, sorry. Okay, this is the mobile application. They are for the students as well for easy handling. And this is what just we spoke about, the marketing support. So we help our partners with branding and marketing activities by providing and designing the graphics and everything for them. So this is something, feedback is very important for us to, grow and improve as well. So this is just a slide of like how our partners are happy with us. And I'll just quickly, Daniel, if I'm allowed to, I'll just quickly share my share a video of us. So is it possible?
We were waiting for the video.
Yeah. Just a second.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Yes. Is it audible as well?
That's right. We can see the video now.
Can you hear it as well?
No, I think it's not audible.
There's no audio. We can just see it, but there's no audio.
It's okay, Terim. So you can just play the video. So basically, this is a video of the classes that we take in schools, in at different locations with our franchisee partners. A lot of competitions where we have participated, world level competitions. So students are really excited and they have this sense of achievement when they participate. So these are some of the prestigious colleges in India, like IITs and all, where we take the workshops, give them practical exposure of different things. Just a glimpse of the photos. Yes. So that was just to give you an overview of what the classes are all about, Daniel. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I think Terim did a great job in just going through all the things. It's not possible to go through all the things in detail, but there are a lot of things to show. And I would be happy if you have any questions to answer them.
Of course, I want to thank both of you to explain the whole thing. Just wanted to move on to you for a second, Siddhartha, and wanted to ask you, because people say there are two types of industries that are almost recession-proof and they work well in almost all industries and all economies and all cycles. And these two are called the EdMed, education and medicine. Of course, what you're offering now is the most revolutionary approach towards the field of education with the help of the internet. So what is your perspective? How well do education-based businesses do during tough economic times, and in terms of their profitability and requests, and basically, of course, the amount of demand that there is for such services in the marketplace?
So see, before this COVID thing happened, we were mainly offline. We were taking all the courses at particular training centers with all the kits and everything. I think COVID really gave us an opportunity to expand globally. Now we have got a lot of good online courses which anyone can take sitting at any corner of the world. So now we are able to teach sitting at India. We are teaching the students of US, Canada, or Australia. So this is one of the industries where it is possible. Maybe it is difficult to do such type of online related things in other businesses, but this is totally recession proof. And that is why we have got courses where we can switch easily from offline to online modes. And this has happened with us. After second wave, a lot of training centers had opened and they had to switch back to online mode quickly. And we were able to do that because we had these type of courses where you have both the options. And now we have come up with a hybrid model where you can learn the things online and you can order the kits. So you can learn the things offline or with the kits as well. So everything is not online. So you can practice the things offline and you can learn the things online. So it is kind of a hybrid model for the students.
And one more question about this hybrid model of education, because now obviously all around the world is becoming very popular. As someone who's been in this field for a while, do you think that the hybrid model is as effective? Because maybe some say like, no, I think it's much better to do it face-to-face because you're there with the instructor. What do you think about the efficiency of hybrid model of education?
See, if I have to rank it, the first way is face-to-face and offline-based learning, and nothing can beat that because definitely the students get more attention from the trainers, and the learning experience is definitely on a higher end. But it is better than online learning. So hybrid is very good for students where there is no training center, because in order to set up these training centers, it requires some investment. And in India or outside India as well, these type of centers are not readily available. So as of now, hybrid model is a very good model for students to switch from online, get some kits, and at least they can do all the projects offline. There are a lot of videos and the PDFs and very structured curriculum that we have developed. So it's close to that face-to-face interaction. And very soon we are planning to include things like virtual, like VR and AR, so that we can increase the experience level of the students.
Fantastic, very nice. And one quick question, of course, I had about the overall cost involved here. So your focus is on robotics, mechatronics, and it's a very new high-tech field. Does that mean that perhaps setting up, because we had a similar case from one of our investors from Finland, it was in a similar field, but yours seems to be, of course, the very best quality, at least in terms of what we've seen so far. What about the costs? Does that mean that perhaps beginning an education franchise in this field might be a bit more expensive because of the equipments and the kits, or you believe that it's totally cost efficient and the return is pretty good?
Yes, it's totally cost efficient because we have priced it even for the individual tutors. So if anyone wants to start this sitting at their home, they can even start this business. So the price is very competitive. Just to give you an idea, right now we are pricing our franchisee fee just at around 6,000 to 7,000 USD. And if you want to buy the kits, there will be additional 7,000 to 8,000 USD for the kits. So you have got options that you can start the business just at this cost with the online mode and order the kits later. So in less than 15,000 USD you can start this business.
Fantastic, thank you. And one quick question I had from Tareem. Tareem, what is the average age of your students, and what types of students usually do you have in your courses?
Yeah, so definitely the starting age group that we cater to is from 6 to 7 years plus. So from 6 to 7 years plus, students can definitely learn these courses. So what we usually do is definitely we have a demo session as well, where we based on the intelligence and capabilities of a student, we also recommend them like which courses they can proceed with, because sometimes like a 7 years student is also very talented to move ahead with some another level, right? So this is how we proceed with.
So starting from 6 to 7 years, it can go up to 20, 25 or 30, and there is no upper limit for that. We have got even, very experienced people, who want to learn these things. So there is no upper limit for learning these things.
Fantastic. Very nice. I want to thank both of you, Siddhartha, as well as Tareem, for your wonderful presentation. We definitely feel excited about it, and we can't wait to hear more about how your franchise expands globally, because we believe in as well as ed. And yours is the ed part, so it's definitely going to help a lot, basically. Thank you very much to both of you. Wish you success on your ventures.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Very nice. First of all, I would like to thank you for the comments that you leave. And one of you guys, of course, Sajir Shanan Paris, you were talking about your involvement in food industry, cleaning, detergents, cosmetics, and beauty. Thank you for your message. So just do us a favor and leave your comment as well as your contacts below, and we will share all of this information to our viewers as well as possible investors in case you have it. So thank you for your comments. And now, obviously, we are going to move on to our next speaker. And our speaker, of course, is going to be our guest that we've had before. That's right. It's got to be Jigar, I think, right? Oh, yes, that's right. It's Jigar Doriwala, the CEO of Tenacious from India. And of course, it's my pleasure to see you again. Jigar, are you with us right now? We are now waiting for Jigar to join us. Yes, Jigar, good to see you one more time on yet another global conference. So do you hear us well? How is our basically connection? Everything's good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Yes, you can hear me? Am I audible?
That's right. It's all clear. Just a little bit right now, but yes, now we got you.
Okay, so it's clear now, right?
Absolutely. So Jigar, pleasure meeting you one more time. I believe the stage is yours now, so you can go ahead and begin with your presentation.
Okay, just let me just start. It won't be long. Thank you. Am I audible?
That's right. It's all up here. Just
So I believe everybody can see my screen now.
absolutely. The screen is here. You can get started with your presentation.
Okay, great. So today I'm going to talk about like how to start your own digital agency with zero risk with our partner program. So I'm going to cover how we can start that without learning to code, hire a team of developers or marketers, and spend and by spending thousands of dollars in setting up the whole infrastructure. Now, what will I recommend that who should join this program? The first one is like if you want to start your own online business. After COVID, every business want to go online. So if you are interested in starting your own online business, then this is for you. And you are looking for a platform to secure clients locally and globally. And you are looking for an opportunity without any tech overwhelm where you don't have to do a lot of technical stuff. And you want to profit without spending tons of money and time. Now, also, this business will work really well if you are from a software and a hardware background. And even if you are doing into like if you are an advertising agency, this can be the perfect opportunity because you can easily go into digital marketing opportunity. You are a tech consultant and you want to provide consultancy for different services like apps, website, and digital marketing. You are a sales professional selling some product, but you want to get into selling software products and services. And you are an entrepreneur or a coach and you are looking to start your own online business. Now, I can tell you this opportunity is totally different than any other opportunity available out there. And what makes this program very unique? Well, the first thing, it doesn't cost you tons of money to get started. You don't need to have any technical skills or coding skills. And it is not a do-it-yourself program where you have to do everything yourself, but it is done for you program. Now, this is the opportunity to give high demand digital services across the world like website development, app development, search engine optimization, digital marketing, marketing automation, and providing virtual staff if someone doesn't want to have a full-time staff. Now, before we get started, let me just give you a brief introduction about who am I. My name is Jigar Doriwala and I completed my bachelor's in information technology from Australia. Till date, I have built over 13 years of experience in information technology, sales and marketing. Something I really like is to travel and That is the reason I started this company as well. And anybody who joins our program can do this business from any part of the world and can travel as well. Now, why I started Teenage Tech is, well, in year 2011, the smartphone was booming and I saw a massive opportunity in online space. I had a vision that smartphone will change the way people will do business in future. And there are over 5 to 7 billion smartphones people are being used today. Also, I had many business ideas which I think I can really help business owners. And that's why I thought I should have set up a tech company in India. Why India? Because India has the world's largest IT talent pool, which is almost 23% of your workforce. So the reason was I decided to move from Australia to India to set a development center over here. Now, how big is the digital marketing and IT industry? If you see, the website design is almost 11 billion, SEO 50 billion, digital marketing 460 billion, gaming 300 billion, and the whole information technology, which includes like cyber security and many other things, is over $5 billion according to PR Newswire. Now, this is a small global screenshot, snapshot by Hootsuite, which is a social media tool. Over 7.4 billion people lives right now, and out of that 3.7 billion are using internet, and there are 2.7 billion on social media which you can target, and out of that 4.9 billion are uniquely active on mobile users and 2.5 on social media. This is the statistics of US e-commerce revenue. So if you see, this chart is also growing year by year. In year 2017, it was $424 billion. But if you see, the forecast is almost 1,329 billion by year 2025. So there is a big growth opportunity out there. Now, according to the research, the average return over investment for an email marketing campaign is almost $36 for every dollar spent. Like, I don't know any other marketing way where people can get such a good ROI. So email marketing is one of the most important part of every business. Now, 75% of the consumers says that they judge a company's credibility based on its website. That means there is a big opportunity where each and every business owner will need website to secure clients. The 55% of advertising is digital currently. So the budget being spent on digital advertising is growing day by day. This is the statistics, people are expecting response in less than 5 minutes, according to Drift, which is a company which created a chatbots and chatting software. Now, why businesses are going digital in Middle East and across the world? Well, first of all, is 5G adoption is growing rapidly. Contactless payment has become a norm after COVID. Cyber security is increasing because, a lot of hackers are active nowadays because there are a lot of money out there in the online world. Mixed reality after the release of metaverse. There's always automation and AI engineering everywhere. 24/7 commerce. People want to shop 24/7. Every businesses want to go on mobile first strategy because everybody has a smartphone and they want to target people on the smartphone. Every business owners and consumers are ready for change. Internet users are growing, easy to acquire customers. If your product is good, easily it can be marketed virally. Any local business can go globally very easily by just setting up a website and systems. And an automated system can make money even while you are sleeping. So if you are interested in starting your own agency, then I'm going to show you how you can do it. You need 3 steps to start you need 3 things if you want to start your own successful digital agency. First thing is you will need a setup of your company. In that you will need to set up logo, business card, domain name, website, SSL, and hosting. The second thing you will need is training, like how you're going to do this, how to start an online project, what is SEO, how it works, how to acquire clients for website apps and SEO, how to identify a client and analyze their website and run SEO audits, how to make proposal to the client, how to implement email automation and other tools which is required. The third thing you will need is sales and marketing training. That means you will need templates to send proposal. You will need to have like a Facebook and ad designs if you want to create inbound campaigns and run ads. You will need to have product presentation. You need to have sales material. You will need to know outbound marketing, how you're going to approach somebody and show them that they need your services. Plus, you will need system to automate certain tasks. So what we have done, we have designed a partner programs for your success. What we're going to cover is a lot. And these are the entrepreneurs who are already have joined us across the world from India, USA, UAE, and South Africa. So we provide a complete done for you program for your success, which is setup, training, and sales and marketing. This is what we're going to give you when you join us, which is your domain name, logo, a complete white label website, security, hosting, and much more. Now, with us, you have an opportunity by helping others succeed. How? By providing high demand digital products and services like logo design, mobile app development, website design, UX UI design, SEO services, plus training, e-commerce solution, virtual staffing, marketing automation, and much more. Now, if you plan to set up an agency yourself, that I've shown you the 3 things which you will need to get started. If you know everything, that's fine, you can get started. But if you do it yourself, first of all, you will need to spend money on your website, which may cost anywhere between $500 to $5,000. You need to make your own portfolio, which will take anywhere between 6 to 24 months once you acquire few clients. Then you will need to spend money on marketing material, anywhere between $750 to $1,500. You need to spend money on training, how it works, and the courses, which can cost you anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000. You have to spend money on hiring staff, which can be $2 to $8 grand, monthly salary, CRM, rental expenses, computer system, and this can take anywhere between 3 to 6 months to generate profit. So indirectly, you will be investing $16,000 to $60,000 over the period of 3 to 6 months if you plan to start on your own. Apart from this, there are different challenges you will face apart from investing that much money. One of them will be no guarantee. There is no guarantee that you will succeed. The second thing is, once your staff is trained, you need to increase their salary or they will leave as well. Then the technology is changing all the time. So you need to keep spending money on development and technological upgrade. It's a long journey to build a whole portfolio and build a credibility. Then you need to pay professional as well to get started. Now, how it is with Tenacious Techies? First of all, when you join us, we give you the whole website for free. You don't have to pay anything. You will be able to get access to a portfolio immediately. You get access to the marketing material, training. You don't need to hire staff because we have the full tech team, which you can access to. You don't need to pay any monthly salary or employ somebody with a minimum salary. You just need to spend money to $700 to $800 per month on a CRM system. You can work from home. You need to just spend on a computer system, and you can make money right from the first sale. And the investment cost will be only like $1,950 to $4,950, compared to $15,000 to $60,000 if you do it on your own. Challenges which we will overcome for you. We will give you a full setup of branded agency. You don't need to learn any technical knowledge. We will give you proven system and training to secure customers and sales. We will give you guaranteed ROI, which you can get by securing only 3 to 5 clients in the entire year. Ongoing mentoring and training. You get access to the full portfolio and case studies of our clients, which will help you in increasing sales. No need to have office premises, staff, or other recurring expenses. Also, we will forward you leads and give you support on our premium plans. So good part is we will do everything for you. So you can earn your investment back by securing only 3 to 7 clients in the entire year. This is just an example of a chart. What profit you will generate on every sale you will get. So these are the sum of the partners which we have currently out of many we have. This is a success story of our SEO client. If you see, we have ranked their website on top 3 on 28 keywords and top 10 on 40 keywords within 3 months. And this is a testimony of our client. We have seen a massive increase in number of leads, which started receiving from Google. Now we are able to secure more customers with minimum budget, advertising budget. Same about another client, FS Qatar, 31 keywords in top 3 and 42 keywords in top 10. So what you will get when you join our partner program? The first thing you will get is a logo creation, worth $450. Own website and branding, worth $2,000. Sales and marketing training will show you how you can get sales and customers, almost $500 worth. Business card design. We will give you 30 plus email templates, which you can use. So you don't have to spend countless amount of time in writing this email. Plus, we'll give you 3 inbound email marketing funnel, which is installed on your website. So you can capture customers who are visiting your website. Sorry, worth $750. We'll give you marketing material, which includes presentation, videos, flyers, and much more, worth $1,000. Facebook and Google Ads, $250. One-on-one coaching calls up to 10 hours, worth $1,000. There are other training we provide, plus free website hosting, SSL, unlimited support for 1 year. And we'll give you 50% discount on the CRM, which we use, which is Keep, worth $250. And complete access to our products and portfolio. The total value of the package is like almost $14,150, but you can get started by investing only $1,950. The best part about our partner program is it's 100% risk-free for you, and it's backed by our 365 days money-back guarantee. So what you need to do is you just need to get 4 to 7 clients in the entire year if you follow up training and process. And if you don't get your investment back in the entire year, you simply send us the email, show us the work done, and we will be happy to give you the refund of your investment. And we really believe in long-term partnership. We like to work with people who want to get started, have a basic hands-on computers, and want to help other people in going online. So yeah, join today to start your own successful agency. And if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer that in the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jigar. Wow, I am already excited, and I just personally have probably a lot of contacts who want to get in touch with you as soon as possible. Just took notes of a lot of these things because the value seems amazing. Like if you want to do all by yourself, you have to put up to $60,000 of your income. But with you guys, with as little as $2,000, you can get started, basically. That's like really incredible. Just got a couple of questions. Number one, you mentioned for you to have, real ROI, you need between 3 to 7 clients per year. What is your average right now among all of your current partners? What's the average number of clients they can secure per year that you have, came up with that number? So on average, how many clients do your partners secure per year?
So the partners who join and never work, they get 0 income, so they think everything happens from the sky. They don't get any income. That's the statistics big. But the partners who have worked, they have been able to get their investment back by working part-time, only couple of months, around $3,000, because our project starts from like minimum $1,000, and yeah. So we had one partner, Ebony from US. She already has her consulting business, and she just joined us to upsell that business because, she doesn't want to go into a lot of tech stuff. So she just tells the client, do this, and it's an add-on upsell services for her.
That's amazing. And you mentioned about get started today with that amount, which was about less than $2,000. If they contact you today, how much time do you think they'll need before they have all of those things, the SEOs, the website, the app? How long does it take to get started?
So within 10 days, we set up everything. We provide them SEO training. We don't implement the SEO for them, but because they know everything, they get a WordPress website, they can implement the SEO themselves, because how SEO is a long-term process. It doesn't happen that in a straight away. You implement, you do it. So the way we do it, like you learn yourself, and in future, you can charge the client yourself and you keep 100% profit. So our model is, in future, if they decided that I want to build everything by myself, whatever they build to the clients, the profit is all theirs.
Amazing. Wow. Tenacious techies, really tenacious, as we would like to say. Good job, Jigar. Amazing presentation. I found this to be quite useful. And of course, our viewers, I'm sure, have felt the same thing. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I'm going to move on to our next speaker. I believe he is Lawa Abu Qaid. The Chief Strategy Officer at Clean is now with us, and from Saudi Arabia. Lawa, pleasure to have you with us right now in the Global Franchise Conference. And would you like to go ahead and tell us briefly about yourself and your company?
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the event. It's quite interesting, franchisees. I think we should be part of all of them. but we'll do it.
That's right.
Yeah. I will share my screen. I have a quick presentation.
I believe you have a presentation show. Could you tell us about your company a little bit?
Sure. We are a technology startup in Saudi Arabia, and we follow what we call a tech franchise model. So our franchise is based on the technologies and solutions that we provide for the laundry sector in Saudi Arabia and in abroad. We've started just recently in 2 years, and we have a great story to share with you. And we provide a unique business model to enable service providers, laundry owners, to have more, let's say, more sustainable and profitable businesses running their operations, their logistics, their customer experience, and better serve their customers.
Fantastic. Before you go in depth about your company, just wanted to ask about some of the trends now in Saudi Arabia as a new, basically uprising power in the Middle East, directly competing with other giants like UAE and other countries in the Arab League. So would you please tell us first about some of the trends now in the Saudi Arabia's marketplace and what the customers want?
That's a great question. Prior of let's say 10 years before, Saudi Arabia was more of a closed economy. Now with Mohammed bin Salman rising in the government of Saudi Arabia, he always had this ambitious to turn Saudi Arabia into the next, let's say, oasis of success. So any international brands, any people that would like to have business and utilize the enormous opportunity provided by Saudi Arabia economy, 30 million Saudis with a very nice spending power. I think this is considered one of the best economies within the world. And to be honest speaking, I might be a little bit biased, but Saudi Arabia economy is representing almost double the remaining GCC countries. So if you have a great opportunity, if you have a great product, the Saudi laws are now completely changed to support international brands and international opportunities to come to Saudi Arabia and make their businesses locally and enjoy altogether these huge opportunities.
Fantastic. That's great to hear about the rise of the country. Now, in terms of the actual details, what are some of the most popular business areas or industries right now that are in high demand and that you witness substantial growth over the long period?
Well, Saudi Arabia is well known for its religious tourism because we have Mecca and Medina, and all the Muslims in the world come to Mecca and Medina. So Saudi now is transforming the tourism industry from being a religious tourism into a local adventures tourism. So anyone that has a tourism, let's say, know-how or tourism technology or a tourism initiative, he can really build a nice JV with the government. They are empowering this. Also in the areas of technology, anything that is related to technology, the Saudi Arabia government really supported. And F&B, we love food, and we and with 30 million people, we really like to try new let's say cuisines and new experiences. So tourism, technology, F&B, and for the last, health. If you have any health related franchisees, Saudi Arabia is the country you need to consider.
I understand. And one more thing about some of the logistics and the setups. So one of your competitors, UAE, they offer a lot of tax-free incentives to most investors. What are the difficulties and perhaps the procedures for setting up franchises or companies in Saudi Arabia? Is this going to involve a lot of paperwork, or it's pretty much streamlined and it's easy?
Now, from the Ministry of Investments, MISA in Saudi Arabia, you can do all your papers online.
Wow.
As long you are a services-driven company. Now, if you are a franchisee with an F&B, they would advise you to have a local franchisee that run your business. But as long as you are a service company, you can have 100% owned company online before starting your business. There's certain fees. It's not as tax-free as UAE, but the opportunity is really worth the investment you will make.
And you mentioned about the cost. So can we, right now, some of our viewers might wonder if they want to do the cost estimation here. So what do you think are some of the lower cost options they might have to get started right now in Saudi Arabia?
You can set up your business in Saudi Arabia as it is a more service driven. It's more like something around 50,000 a year. So we are talking about 25 to $30,000.
I see. Fantastic. Very well. And given the fact that the country's on the rise in terms of popularity and the economy as a whole, you predict that that's going to lead to a lot of ROI in the end.
Yes.
Fantastic. So it's great to have you with us, Lawa. And finally, about your company, Clean. Before I let you go, I wanted to ask you now. So how do you see the expansion of your company?
Well, we have a great story that we built recently. Usually, we as a technology startup and with the ambitions of being a local franchise going to the international franchise, that's not that much common in Saudi Arabia. We are currently expanding our footprint within Saudi Arabia. And once we have all this operational and technology solutions built in the infrastructure of Saudi Arabia, we're going to expand regionally to GCC and then internationally with every partner that would love to have our expertise and our solution expanded to the region.
Fantastic. Well, it was indeed a pleasure to have you with us, Lawa, and I enjoyed asking you questions. And of course, I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers right now are now interested in investing in Saudi Arabia, developing franchises there. And of course, if they could be in touch with you, we will later put your contacts for them to reach you personally to discuss all matters. Thank you very much for your presentation. And it was indeed great to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Fantastic. Very well. Thank you. And now I'll be moving on to our next speaker on the list, which is Abdul Rahman Al-Fdali. So if you are with us, Abdul Rahman, we are now seeing you together. So please go ahead. It's a pleasure to have you with us. You, of course, collectively work at Franvoy, I believe, stationed in Africa. So gentlemen, pleasure to have you with us. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. And if you have a presentation, we'll be glad to have you with us.
Hi, Daniel. Good evening. My name is
Of course, now the presentation also ready, and we'll be glad for you to hopefully hear what you have to offer.
Okay. Hi, Daniel. My name is Franvoy and Mr. Ahmed Al-Fdali. He is your manager, Franvoy, and then I will speak about Franvoy vision in Africa.
Hello, Daniel. We are here today to talk to you about the franchising future in Africa that we feel is of great importance. Our objective is not to try to persuade you to take a stand on this market, but we would like to try and present all sides of the market for better future decisions. We want to take this opportunity to thank you for inviting us to come. Without a shadow of a doubt, every single investment aims to gain profits. However, so many challenges on its journey are yet to come. How does profit relate to risk? A positive correlation exists between risk and return. So the greater the risk, the higher and potential for profit or loss. Some well-known challenges and the rest are big with many dependencies and business circumstances. That's why franchising is the best investment path to take, which increase success opportunities, eliminate risk, and standing in a good stead while reaping your profits. Several studies prove that out of 10 projects, there are only 2 succeed and expand, meaning roughly 20% of those projects could make it. Reason being, franchising with experts is the perfect formula to pass the initial stages with all its challenges and start where the others end. As an investor, you got 2 choices. Either you drag your capital to risk by establishing your own business with unknown brand and trying your best to manage it properly, or investing your capital in a shiny brand with a good reputation in the market. With this in hand, you guarantee less risk and so many success opportunities. Let's clear the big and differentiate between owner and investor profits. Looking at Coca-Cola as an example, the owner harvested 50 million US dollars at the same exact time when Warren Buffett harvested 508 million US dollars. Warren Buffett is an investor, not the owner. Hence, either you join the wealth club to a community with rich experience, exchanging knowledge and striving success routes, or you step into the hardest road trying to survive from risk and loss. So we all know that franchising is a mandatory integration for market expansion plans and assuring short-term profits or long-term wealth. Let's now fly over this industry in Africa, specifically in Egypt and North Africa. We have all seen the growth rates of Starbucks in the African countries. Egypt is one of them. Analytics represented a great growth rate in EMEA, which were better than UK rates for the same brand. Nowadays, Starbucks are doing extensive analysis for a safe exit or strategy to sustain the sales figures post-COVID-19 pandemic. Africa hasn't been the same like as US and Europe in the near past, since the investment ratios and commercial expansions with franchise system wins the comparison between individual commercial expansions plans and vice versa in Africa. This leads to several business challenges facing the local brands and the global ones as well, in terms of general investment, atmosphere, security circumstances, legal hassle, and funding resources. All those challenges were part of so many success factors for Europe and American brands, in which helping rapidly in achieving their expansion plans. Worth meaning, 5 Egyptian men successfully established a great chain of restaurants and well-known in US, which is Five Guys, and expanded in Europe later on. Those Egyptians could make this happen in a better economic environment. Now, it's better than later. The perfect time to step in the African markets and harvesting revenues is now, while the economy is significantly growing. Most of Northern African countries are healing and started to rebuild and enhance all their infrastructure modules, in addition revamping and direct and indirect investment atmosphere. Egypt as a live example, within these borders, there are 100+ million population with various business background are thirsty for new experiences and brand change. Around 100 billion US dollars were invested by the Egyptian government on enhancing the infrastructure in different industries, and investment projects led to enhance the investment atmosphere with remarkable legal facilitation regulation. If you made the right choice to enter a fresh market, so let's dig deeper in the franchising system in Egypt and how Franvoy can cooperate. If you are a brand owner intending to open a fresh market as Egypt and North Africa, we are the best choice for you. We will intensively study your success opportunities, and you will be assessed by one of our experts. Additionally, we will pick you the best investor from our wide-ranged network, not to mention carefully selecting the right location, which will play a major role in achieving your sales goals. Our vision at Franvoy is to be your paved road for brand expansion until you reach to the top franchise pyramid and harvest the most possible profits. We are always here at Franvoy to make your franchising a pleasant voyage. Practically, Franvoy is your franchising voyage. Thank you.
Wow, what a great presentation. And so let me move on back to you, because you talked about these new markets that are rather unknown, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of potential there. You mentioned about the potential for both the Egyptian and North African market. So what do you think are some of the advantages of investing in these two countries for the investors who might not be familiar with North Africa and Egypt?
Basically, because the market in those two countries, in Egypt specifically, is still so thirsty for new brands and for new chains. We have a lot of population here, and there is a lot to do still. We still have the market open for a lot of new brands and new chains.
Fantastic. So high number of customers. And let me ask you how large it is actually. So what is the population of Egypt right now? And in terms of the total number of customers?
It's about 115 to 20 million.
Pretty large market. Wow.
Yes, it's a very large, and that's why there is a lot to do. We have a real potential to do a lot in the Egyptian market.
That's amazing.
That's our job here in FranBoy.
Fantastic. FranBoy, for you, ladies and gentlemen, what a great company. And I personally actually got quite interested because that's a brand new market for a lot of investors, and more than 120 million basically possible customers. That's amazing. Thank you very much for a presentation. It was a pleasure to have you both with us, and we wish you success on your journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. All right, that was it. This was FranBoy, and now we're going to move on to our next speaker, which is Laura Caroline Bochi of Spain, the International Expansion Director at Realty Plus and Servicios Inmobiliar. So right now, Laura, are you with us?
Hello, Daniel. Thank you very much for your presentation. Yes, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
The pleasure is ours. Glad to have you with us, and we can't wait to hear your presentation about your company and what you guys have to offer.
Okay, thank you very much. I will start with a little video. I will share my screen. Well, let's start with the presentation directly. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm Carolina. I'm in charge of the expansion department of Realty Plus. And I would like to share our experience, to share how we are working in our international expansion. Okay, Realty Plus is an independent real estate agency network incorporated system. What it means? It means that we are very focused in create our international network. Okay, not just for our brand, we are working for our franchisees. Okay, we start our international expansion in 2016. We first start in America because it was easier for us because of the language, the culture, business culture. And now we are working very hard in our new expansion in Europe and Asia. Okay, just to give you a whole picture about our 4 most important points of our franchise are that we offer to our franchisee to don't lose your identity. You don't need to use your identity. You can keep your own name. Also, we are offering consulting, training, mentoring without additional cost. And we have a small startup investment. You just start with 2,000 euros. So we have a very low price. And this is our focus today, because with Realty Plus, you don't have limits. You don't have limit, you have international connection. What it means? It means that in Realty Plus, if you are in a country, you don't have to work exactly with people and property just from your country. We are offering to our franchisee the opportunity to be a member of our international business network. And that is a very big challenge for us, right? Because Realty Plus connects you to the world. It means that Realty Plus has to work in order to create that international network, okay? So each franchisee has the opportunity to be connected with people around the world. And how we do that, how we work, how we are working on create this international network. Well, international promotion means that Realty Plus is working for an international expansion of the brand. Yes, that's right. That is our focus. But that international expansion also means that we are creating a network for our franchisee. So our international expansion has two sides, okay? One, just expansion of the brand. And the other side, creating the network for our franchisee. So how we work, how are we working on that? Okay, first, being a member of an international franchise catalog, that website like Top Franchise offering us. Through Top Franchise, we have the opportunity to make connection with those who are already looking for a franchise, okay? So this is one kind of, one way to make connection with future customers. But for us, it's really important digital marketing. For us, digital marketing is the backbone of the marketing today. And we had to work very hard on that and had to be very creative and also make an alliance with several companies around the world of marketing too, in order to work all together, okay? And digital marketing also means to have social media that has to be upgraded all day. You have to be creative, and we had to be focused in the idea to make connections with your future clients, offering them all the information about the brand, new alliance, new products, new service. So it's I consider it's a very hard work that you had to do it. And also, of course, once a week or twice a week was what every time that you can be part of an international real expo conventions, international conventions. That's our focus that we are working today. We have present in a virtual Feria de Franquicias. It's created online. It's in America and Spain, but now next month, for example, we will be participating in international Orlando Feria of International Convention of Real Estate. Okay. But we are working very hard. You're trying to expand a brand, making digital marketing. And so what is the focus? What is the idea? What you are looking for? You are looking for leads, right? You are looking several leads, but how can I make those leads become a successful business? A future franchisee, future customers, future alliance, successful alliance, okay? How can I do it? Well, this is where we consider the very important, the commercial department. We call expansion, international expansion department. Expansion department and digital marketing department has to work together. That is our vision, how you can expand successfully your brand, okay? Expansion department had to be very clear with the marketing department what he's looking for, okay? Has to provide to the marketing department all the information about the product, all the needs, all the kind of product, all the service. So marketing department has to work together with expansion department, okay? And also market department had to provide to expansion department strategies, contacts, connections, and of course, the better way has to looking for the better way to get those leads that we are focused to get, okay? So how we arrive how we arrive to a new market, how Realty Plus is arriving to new market. The first time we arrived to America, we know better the language, the culture, so we start in South America, then we grow to Central America, then North America, and now we are focused in Europe and Asia. Well, different cultures, different people, different economical situation. So for us, the first step, and is working for us, is to get a local agent, local alliance, okay? The local agents is the first step. For example, in India, we are working already with this kind of a strategy. We are working with local agents, already franchisee, that are working together. We are working together in order to understand better the business culture of this country that we are arriving. India is a very huge country. We are working very hard on that. We had to understand several things. So the local agent provide us all the information, but also help us to start making local alliance. Local alliance is the second step that is going to help you in order to get all that kind of tools that you will need to start making a successful marketing, digital marketing, marketing media, that you will start designing for this country that you are arriving, okay? So you can pretend to arrive in a country, okay, this is my digital marketing, this is my marketing strategy, this is my company, my product. No, you can pretend that the new market adjusts to your product. Our vision is that we are arriving in a new country, we had to be prepared to adjust our product to the new country. That is our vision. We work together very close with our franchisees. So we must understand how they feel, how they think, how they work. Local alliance provide us also a lot of information. Information like, for example, the law of the country. If you are arriving in a new country, you have to be informed about all the law, all the legal situation that your brand has to respect arriving to a new country. Otherwise, you could have several problems in the future. Local agent also will help you to understand the local market and understand if your product is covering all the needs of the future customers, okay? And once you have all this information, is the time to design your marketing, the marketing directly connected with the new market that you are pretending to arrive. And of course, you had to be prepared for everything. When you are arriving in a new country, you had to be prepared, and your teamwork had to be prepared to face new situations, okay? New challenge, to adjust, to be creative. And so the idea is to cover and represent the brand, but also offer to our future customer our vision, our service, but working together with the business culture of the new country. That is our vision. That is how we work. We are growing. From 2016, we are already in 20 countries. So we believe our strategy is good. That's why we would like to share with all the franchisee and all the future franchisee, all the customer that maybe are watching this video. Well, this is my presentation.
Fantastic.
And if you have any question.
Very well done. Just because I personally love real estate, and it's quite amazing to have you here. Just one question about the future, basically, of this industry. Are you personally looking forward to this, perhaps expansion of your business, given that what is happening now globally? And in particular, what is your perspective regarding the real estate market in the coming 2 years?
Well, let me tell you, Daniel, the real estate business is changing. For example, Realty Plus is preparing token technology, for example. We had to be prepared because this is the future of real estate business. The world is changing, people is changing, and we had to be part of that change, okay? For example, in the future, it will be the history when you used to buy a house or you used to sell a house for one person. In the future, you will find a property, you will buy a house for a lot of people who is the owner of one share of the property. And at the same time, in the future, when you are planning, for example, for make an investment, or maybe, I don't know, create what kind of a project, you will be able, through the token technology, to access several investors around the world from, I don't know, 200, 500 euros. Okay, this is the future. We had to be prepared. But let me tell you, Daniel, that we have several strategies for our international expansion, but you always have to take in mind that you are working with people. Okay, people, real estate is really connected with people emotions, people needs. So we can separate to match. We had to know our clients, we had to know our franchisee, we had to be creative in create that relationship, okay? Because today, to think that I'm working in my country, that's all, it's not working. Today, you had to have the vision about an international market. Your market is the world. So you have to be prepared for that.
Fantastic. Very well said, Laura. Thank you very much for a presentation, and we look forward to see you in the future for our future conferences.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel, and thank you very much, everybody.
Fantastic.
Bye-bye.
I'll move on now to our next speaker, Alex DePace, founder and CEO of Global Franchise Exchange and World Properties International Franchise. He's now joining us from the United States. Alex, can you hear us?
Hey, how are you? How's everything going? Thank you, Daniel.
It's fantastic. Glad to have you with us. So we didn't have you with us basically on our last conference, but it's quite a pleasure to see you now. The stage is yours. You can go ahead and begin with your presentation.
Perfect. Let's make sure I'm sharing here. Let me know if you guys can see this. Can you see that okay?
Sure. You can go ahead. We see the presentation.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, I think it's been 8 months now since I've been on, maybe 6 months, I'm not sure, but a lot has changed, that's for sure, throughout the world, in every part of the world. And I've been doing this 25, 30 years now, almost 30 years, and seen a lot of ups and downs and all sorts of different markets and recessions and almost close to, global bankruptcy, well, with 2007, 2008, with what happened there. There's a lot of variables that are playing in, and these next 2 years are going to be critical. Stuff that's going on in Europe, the States, throughout the world. It's a very interesting time. But with that said, it's the track record and the history always is, when economic times hit, and it's a little bit harder, at least in America now. We're talking about expansion in America and franchising in America, a little bit, a very mature market. Times are, franchise sales and development is extremely strong. And that's, for variable reasons, a couple of different reasons. One, as unemployment rate increases, people lose jobs, they get disenchanted with the market, the job market, and they look for other options as far as going into business for themselves. And here in America, you can basically, any type of interest that you're interested in, whether it's plumbing business, a cookie business, a Chinese takeout business, food and beverage, whatever that may be, there is an opportunity here because it's a very developed, franchise market, and Americans have accepted franchising, and it's definitely the success of franchising here in America is a lot higher than if you were to go on your own. So a lot of advantages. And, some of the things that I know, there's an international market here. Some of the things that you should really be thinking about and looking at is from a strategic standpoint, diversification, right? I mean, this is where Top Franchise, Vassal and Victor do an amazing job, of having partners throughout the world. And, if you're prepared for these times and you're diversified in these times, right, you're able to sustain business. I see too many companies, throughout my 30 years that have just don't prepare. They're just so myopic in their view. They look at just one little single market and they're not looking at the whole globe, and they're not anticipating downturns the diversification is the key. Global diversification is so simple these days. Think about if you've got, for those businesses that thought ahead and planned ahead and strategized ahead to diversify into the United States. And they've got, and they did this 3, 4, 5 years ago when the business was strong in their home countries. And now they're set up in this country. And think about the revenue that they're generating in each one of their locations. It's in the US dollar. I mean, if you don't see the strength of the US dollar right now and the conversion in any country, it's outrageous. So some of these countries are making twice the amount of money because of the conversion. That's, because planning and diversification. So these times tell you anything. It's all about, how do I diversify? How do I expand globally? How do I, prepare for the next thing? And the US is a tremendous market. We have a downturn. There's, and we have a serious interest rate problem here. Quantitative easing is happening, is tightening up. There's no more of that. The real estate market, I know last presenter, Realty Plus, is pretty much shot, for the next couple of years. We'll see what happens with the REO market, but there's always pockets of opportunities in America. And as unemployment starts to creep up and people lose jobs, there's a bigger pool of buyers that are going to be looking to purchase franchising. So, let's talk a little bit what we do. My name is Alex DePace. Like I said, I've been in this 30 years. Global Franchise Exchange. We are an international platform that helps companies expand into America and throughout the world. I was a franchisor, built my company to about 185 locations, ended up selling that company, worked for 2 large companies, one being Remax, top 5 publicly traded franchisor, one of the largest, the greatest franchises in the world. So I've got that corporate experience on the corporate side, and then also just helping numerous amounts of international companies from Asia, from Middle East, from Europe, expanding into the United States. We've got a complete team where it's turnkey, and you can basically be up and running within 6 months. Now, we're also very selective with what and who we talk to. It's not for everybody. There's not, just because you want to grow and develop internationally doesn't mean you should grow. Doesn't mean you should diversify. That you shouldn't even be thinking about diversifying if you haven't excelled and that one location at home or the 2, 3 are not doing well. That diversification is a great thing, but it's for the right people. So we meet with people, no charge free, consult. I always love talking to people around the world. Love for anybody on this call to reach out to me and have a conversation and about the US market or about any other market. I mean, I've got 30 international partners throughout the world. Obviously I'm aligned with Vassal and Victor, or talk to them, who are incredible. So Global Franchise Exchange, what we have a team obviously in the US, China, Saudi Arabia. Here's just a few select of our brands. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because I don't know what I have for time wise. Why expand into the USA? Well, right now is a perfect time, especially if you're in a country, if you're ready, and if you're in a country that maybe is facing over the next 2 to 3 years a slowdown. I can tell you that historically, over the past 30 years, any recession, any difficult times that we have encountered from an economy in America, franchising has gone up and has flourished. So it is an ideal time as we prepare, because who knows how long this downturn globally is going to last. Some people say, quick 2 years, 3 years, some are talking 5, 7, 10 years. We just don't know. But everything in America, not everything, but Americans are very used to franchise. We want to get a sandwich, it's a franchise shop we're going to go to. Use sports teams, it's a franchise. Anything and everything, any type of business sector. Like I said, we have a franchise for, and that's another thing to be looking at too. Is if you have capital, let's say you just don't have a brand, you have capital and you want to invest into the US market and maybe do from a master development or an area development or a single unit. We also work with investors, foreign investors that invest capital into the United States, into different sectors where we help them from start to finish, help find, run, operate, and then eventually sell. So that's something I just want to bring up as well. You may not particularly be ready for the brand to expand, but you have capital that you want to diversify and utilize in the country on a franchise. It's something I would love to discuss as well. But it's a very regulated market. It's governed by the FTC, then each one of the Department of Bankings in each state. There's about 14 registered states that you have to go through a process, but you are very protected. The franchise disclosure document here in this country allows protection of pretty much the brand. So, you've got the USPTO trademark protection, mark and IP protection. You've got the franchise disclosure document. You've got the banking system here that's backed by the FTC, so your money is insured. So we take people through every aligning, setting up LLCs in Delaware or Vegas or whatever state that may be, setting up the bank accounts. I mean, there's a whole step by step process, system, blueprint that we follow and take the brands through, and have been doing for 25 plus years here in the States, and more than willing to, talk with you or get on a call with Vasil and Victor and go through this whole process. But the opportunity in America is tremendous. I don't have to hit that home anymore. Our process, pretty much like I was talking, initial process, business planning, pre-market strategy, no cost. You want to talk to somebody and you want to just pick my brain and talk to, whether it's marketing. I've got an MBA from the University of Connecticut, top 50 business school here in marketing. So that's sort of my niche, as well as 30 years in franchising and sales and development, on all aspects. If you're just looking for, advice or want to pick my brain, I love talking to people. Cost you nothing. So please reach out to me, even if you don't have a brand or you're just starting out. But the initial process is that pre-market strategy. Do you have a brand that is ready to expand? And we just dissect that a little bit, take a look at it and say, okay, here's the pros, here's the cons. Sometimes it makes sense. You may just have an idea or one location in the country, and it makes sense because you have to grow quickly, and franchising allows you to grow quickly. Speed to market is key, right? So that you can develop first to market, brand awareness, brand expansion into the market. And that's what franchising, is great. That's why it's so amazing, right? Think about being able to get a partner, a master franchise partner that would take your brand in the country, take that, establish everything here, in the country, and expand it, rapidly. Not only do they pay the master franchise fee up front to you as the brand owner, but every single unit that they sell and franchise that they develop and grow, you make a percentage of that and the royalties, and you have an in-country partner. There's other ways that you can go to. Some, like to establish and prove concept first in the country. If you've got the capital, yeah, that works. But I've also seen that slow down the process. And by the time that you're ready to go, I've got one client that's Japanese pancakes that is opened up in Soho. Has been there for 3 years, doing 1.6 million. In top line revenue. Amazing, amazing product, amazing business, but we've waited too long. There's still an opportunity, but there's other market competitors that have penetrated the market. So, these are things you have to balance, like the speed into the market, are you ready? Is the speed into market? All things that I discuss and educate you on, and we go through, and I'm the head, but I have operations, sales team, development team, lawyers, all part of the team that helps with the entire process. But the initial call is with me, just because I just love meeting people, and Vasil and Victor are good friends of mine for a while now that we met in South Korea. So anything for these guys. Again, phase one, typically 3 to 7 months process, working directly with our legal team and going over and reviewing the FDD, filing trademarks. Phase two, we're promoting, marketing, taking the leads through the sales process. Let me just switch up over here. I'm going to switch up out of this for a second, just for time-wise. How am I doing with time-wise?
You can go ahead. You have about a couple of minutes. No problem.
Couple of minutes. All right. Let me just go to something else then. Apologies, guys. Can you guys see this, the new one?
Sure, we do.
Okay. Let me just play this. Let me know if this video plays through.
Go global.
Is that playing?
Yes. We see it and we hear it.
Cutting-edge international business development platform that connects your business to our in-country experienced entrepreneurs, ready to offer local assistance with bringing your business or product into their country. We are Fran Exchange, your one-stop solution for international franchise expansion services into 100 countries. We can successfully arm you with everything you need to launch your business, from pre-market research and strategy to finding buyers and partners, complying with foreign regulations, protection of intellectual property, navigating shipping and logistics, and many more services, just to name a few. Contact us now and connect, learn, and grow with our network of entrepreneurs who have built companies in each country we represent and understand what it takes to build companies successfully. Go global with one click.
Okay, so that's that piece. Let me just get over to yeah, so I think these are just all our partners and everything like that, our in-country business partners. I would say at this point in time, we've, one of our success stories, I would say, is RoboThink. Within the last 3 to 4 years, took them from initial concept idea, franchised their concept, and right now we're in about 24 countries in 130 locations that we've got a complete back-end platform that allows interaction amongst franchisors, especially when you're coming into America, and education piece and access to all of the partners as well. But like I said, we pretty much cover all that, aligned with Vasil and Victor and Top Franchise, together to work on. That's pretty much it. I don't want to take up too much time. I don't know if you have some questions, Daniel.
Thank you very much, Alex. Of course, we you. Just two questions I got. Number one was about the report by Bloomberg, and I quote, "Forecast for U.S. recession within a year hits 100%. How do you think this would actually affect franchising in the U.S. In the coming year, basically? And the second question was about the impact of a stronger dollar on the foreign investors. Does that mean that their startup costs will actually go higher and they have to spend more? And if so, will that actually justify it? Will the ROI be there to actually justify this, higher initial expense?
Absolutely, good questions. Yeah, one of them I talked about in my speech as far as the recession. Right, I've been doing this for 30 plus years. I've seen multiple of recessions, probably the worst being 2002, 2007, 8, with the implosion of the banking system here in America and the Wall Street firms going under. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out with interest rates and whatnot. But again, I've seen multiple times in recessions. What happens in recessions is unemployment rate goes up. Unemployment rate goes up, people lose jobs, right? People lose jobs, they still have to pay for their house, they still have to pay for their living, right? What do? There's, they look for a franchise. They want somebody. Corporate executives that get laid off or retire. We have this, in addition to the recession and the unemployment rate, we have an older generation, and the amount of people that are turning, I believe it's like 62 retirement age is like just astronomical. Like hundreds of thousands of individuals turning 62. That might be the number. It might be a little bit lower, but anyway, regardless, there are these two catalysts that fuel franchise growth, right? And franchise sales, franchise development, because they're looking for business opportunities. So the recessions historically have always been, a sort of catalyst and boom for franchising. The second question, repeat, just, I want to make sure I answer that properly.
Stronger dollar. So with that being said, now dollar's one of the strongest currencies out there. Will that mean perhaps they have to spend more money up front to start their franchise in the US? And if so, does the ROI actually justify that?
Yeah. Yep. And again, right, we spoke a little bit about that. The US dollar is no doubt much stronger. The currency, something has to give. It probably will within the next 6 to 8 months. It's sort of outrageous. But when if you're a brand and we're going to expand your brand into this country, and we're not, I don't necessarily going the route. If your currency, with the exchange with the US dollar is really like just lopsided right now, is it an ideal time, like my Japanese pancakes, to invest $1 million, $2 million of capital into, Soho and build? Probably not, right? Because that 1 million is maybe 2 million really that's costing you. So what is the avenue that you go, and is to find a master franchise partner, to find a partner that will pay you to partner with you. I mean, that's what we have. We've got broker networks throughout the world, the country. I work with multi-unit operators that have been for McDonald's, for Subway, for Orange Theory. I mean, these guys are looking for the next great thing to expand and develop and grow. So you get a partner that buys, buys into the partnership, pays a master franchise fee, area development fee. Now that's US dollars converted to your currency. Every single unit that you are selling, US dollars converted to your currency. So it's going the opposite way because of what you've built and created here in your country, and then taking the United States. You don't have to invest all of this capital to succeed or to start to develop in the country. Strategically align with the correct partners, and that's what we do. We connect, great ideas, emerging brands, things that we know will do amazing in our country that have been established that may not be here, and we just, align them with amazing partners that have built McDonald's, Subways, Carvel's. I mean, all the guys that are looking for the next, they're bored, right? They have made plenty of money. They were looking for the next big thing, and they're looking to grow from a bigger scale, own maybe the whole country and develop the whole country and then sell units throughout the country. And now the money is working and flowing the opposite way, right? It's flowing from the top down, US dollar down to wherever the currency it is. And you've got an in-country partner that is expanding the brand for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Alex. Very well said. And that, of course, is going to convince our viewers of trying to franchise in the US. Very well done. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Definitely. Pleasure's mine. And we're going to move on to our last speaker today, Izzat Saleh from United Arab Emirates. He is the sales director at Al Tyrika. Izzat, are you with us?
Yep. Hello.
Fantastic. Izzat, glad to have you with us. So the stage is all yours. We can't wait to basically see your presentation. Go ahead.
Yeah, 1 second. So Al Tyrika is a franchise in supplementary education in virtual reality. We have been working for 6 years, since 2017, and we are already present in 23 countries. So this is the map of our partners, and we have won awards in 2018-19. We have won an award in New Delhi in India, and different countries joined us like United Kingdom, Ireland, Oman, Qatar, India, Turkey, and others. So what is a virtual encyclopedia? It's a solution in supplementary education with VR headsets. So we cooperate with different studios, different content producers, international ones, and we just add their content to our library. But the thing is, the content that we have, it's supplementary education. It's entertaining. Kids love it, students love it, but at the same time, it gives them some sort of a knowledge about different topics like astronomy, biology, geography. We'll get to that point a bit later. Now, regarding the uniqueness of the product is that we developed a software that synchronizes up to 30 VR headsets at the same time. And just with one click on the iPad, you will be able to launch the same VR experience to the whole class. And the VR experiences, they could be 180 degrees, they could be 360 degrees. It depends on the studio and the producer. Now, the sessions, mostly they are done, of course, in schools. This is like the main focus, but our partners, they get creative. They work in schools, kindergartens, they do outdoor activities, they join summer camps, they visit kids centers, educational centers like STEM, for example. They visit language schools as well. For example, they can use some content in Spanish or other languages and teach the language center teach their students through VR. Now, it's just a matter of practice. They hear how a local person speaks and explains different scientific topics, and they'll just absorb the accent. This helps a lot as well. Now, regarding the educational films, so like I said, we try to add everything that is educational and entertaining at the same time. Edutainment, in other words. So one VR movie could, or VR experience could tackle different topics at the same time. It could be, for example, astronomy and physics and chemistry, biology and anatomy, natural sciences and geography. So different topics for different ages, starting from the years of 5 or 6, for the kids of age 5 or 6 years old. Now, we work with augmented reality as well. We use marketing material, the AR posters, where kids and the partners usually distribute that in schools, in parks, and different locations. Kids will be able to scan a QR code, and when they do that, different planets will come alive on their phone. And there will be different questions, of course. So it could be like something entertaining and educational, and there will be different planets. So it actually increased the interest and brand awareness of the product and the brand in the city. Now, how it all operates? This is with the help of our system. It's a simple application that is installed on an iPad, and it synchronizes all the VR headsets that are connected to the same router. Everything is controlled through this application. Even you'll be able to check how many VR headsets are connected, even remotely. For example, if you have an employee who's operating in the schools, remotely you'll be able to see all the data. So how many VR headsets are connected, the duration of the duration of the session, how many VR films were added, and many different information that will be needed to actually control your business remotely. Now, regarding the demo, we actually provide our potential partners, before investing into the franchise, like a test drive for the business. They will be able to check and test different processes of the business, starting from contacting the school, visiting the principal, for example, or the chairman, talking to them, demonstrating through the VR headsets, and negotiating with them on how they can cooperate and provide such education and service to the kids. And regarding some financial, it's not like the whole picture of the finance of the franchise, but to understand the revenue, the potential revenue that you can have just using one set of equipment with 30 VR headsets. Let's say you're just charging €6 from a kid. In other countries, it could be 10, and some countries it could be €4. But on average, it's €6. With 30 students per session, and average number of sessions per day is around 6. This is based on our statistics. Some partners do 8, 9 sessions per day, but the average is 6. And with 20 working days in a month, you'll be able to have a total revenue of €21,000. Of course, when you have a huge population, you have a lot of schools to visit, a lot of kindergartens and other locations, then you'll have 2, 3, even 4 sets of equipment with an employee assigned to them, and they'll be working simultaneously, and you can double, triple, and quadruple your revenue. Now, regarding the franchise package, we provide the marketing materials that is needed. By the way, most of our partners, they don't use marketing at all. This is one of the benefits of the franchise. They don't need to spend a lot of money on that, because most of the time they just visit the school, and when they start working with the school, they have all their customers located in one and gathered in one location. So regarding the franchise package, we provide the marketing material. We have a huge catalog, which contains of 98 VR experiences at the moment, and we keep on updating it and adding new content. We give the exclusivity of the territory that the partner takes. So for example, if they take a city, let's say Washington, then this partner will be the only partner working in that city. And of course, we provide the control and statistics system. This is what I've told you about controlling your business remotely. We provide the business support, so that when the partner launches, we help them start the business, and we will keep tracking everything and helping them whenever they have some problem with the school, some doubts or objections from the school. We have faced that all during our time, 6 years of experience. So we know how to work with the schools, how to do that regarding different documents that are needed. So the business support and development department will help them operate and maximize the results. Sorry, I was muted for a second.
That's right. You can go ahead. You can go ahead. You are still muted, Izzat. You're still muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
That's right, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So we provide the business support. We provide the technical support, and we help our partners maximize their profits. Now, we have won different awards regarding the AR, VR, mixed reality, and other awards with this franchise. And of course, if you think, for example, that this is something you would like to start and provide supplementary education to kids in your city, you can contact us anytime. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your presentation. Very well said. Just a quick question I got about mixed reality and how serious do you think it's going to be in the near future in terms of the potential that it has in the market and the amount of demand that it will have? So will this be targeted mainly to the younger audience, or do you think that mixed reality is here to stay and will affect pretty much the entire marketplace?
Well, judging by what Meta is doing, they are trying to consume everything and add our whole life into this new reality where you can buy like real estate, where you can do different things. Yeah, but in our what we do is we are trying to target younger ages, but of course some of our partners, they work with older people, let's say adults of 20, 30, 40 years old. People love it because they can travel without even doing anything. They can visit different locations in the world. Yeah, but regarding the mixed reality, this is like this is a hot topic and it's still in progress. Like virtual reality is clear. It could be used in education, could be used in gaming. Augmented reality, again, everyone heard about Pokemon Go, for example. This is used in games and education as well. But regarding the mixed reality, well, this is another issue. We need some time regarding this.
I see. Very nice. But still, it's quite amazing to see what you guys are doing, preparing yourself for that blooming of the mixed reality. Thank you very much, Azad, for your presentation. Very well done, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And to all of you out there watching us, we would like to thank you one more time to somehow stay with us throughout this entire program. And as you saw, franchising is here. Yes, we are now facing with a lot of problems globally. The recessions pretty much everywhere, economic uncertainty, unemployment. But as you heard all of our speakers, now you understand that this is precisely why it is important to take franchising seriously. In difficult times, people don't simply experiment. They stick to what they already know, which is why they will almost always select a franchise over a brand new concept or idea. And that is precisely why today, if you haven't already been convinced, hopefully these speakers have already changed your mind, it is time to do more research. And if you do want to find out more, we're here to help you. Global, basically, Franchise Conference was here to help you understand what it really takes to exceed in these marketplaces that sometimes are unfortunately affected negatively by these crises. So if you want to find out more, check us out, topfranchise.com. You can see all the catalogs and find out more about how our basically website and our team can actually help you expand, find new franchises, or simply become a franchisor yourself. All right, that's all the time we have for. My name is Daniel Morgan, and this was the Global Franchise Conference. Thank you for being with us, and we can't wait to see you again on our next conference. Have a good one.